Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G. Well, day 3 is delivering the goods, and goods it's delivered to OpTic fans. My gosh, what a game we had, second time round. Oh, OpTic 3-2, amazing stuff against Surge there. This is the bracket, as you can see. Elimination round 3 is where we're at, folks, and elimination round 4 is where OpTic's going to be against Røkkr very shortly. Incredible stuff from the green wall, and it's so good to see them bounce back like we knew that they could. Enjoying myself watching that one, and especially watching that in my Zennies because they are blue light blocking. I love to see it, and see it I can, because these bad boys do just that. Well, I'll tell you what, I've got to say, Envoy was 1-6 last time he played Search. This time, 12-7. Beautiful stuff. And I've got to say,
pretty good.
The 1v3 is exactly what I wanted to see from him. This is exactly what I was talking about before we got into that series. I needed him to be that Search star we all know he could be. Manipulating the map the way he did, was able to read the players really, really well. The patience that came across from him, I was super impressed with what I saw from Envoy there. And the Search in general, just absolutely amazing. I've got to know, Antno, what did you make of it, the series overall against Surge?
Yeah, that was incredible. OpTic fixing their search and destroy so much. I mean, from the Express to the Moscow, just their ability to clutch up in bad situations. They're getting so much better. I mean, even on Express, the round where they just stayed at the B bomb site. They gave up A. They were playing for the retake. Like, those are next level strats that they weren't doing a couple weeks ago. They've gotten so much better rethinking their search and destroy play. Great series overall, and that's going to give them some momentum going forward.
Yeah, that series was amazing. All the way to a Game 5. You just got to tip the hat to OpTic because they started off the series hot. But the resilience that they showed to get it all the way to a Game 5 and clutch it out, because Game 5s and OpTic, at least at Majors, have not been a good combination. So having it right there where they're, even in that Game 5 was going back and forth, they were ready for the moment. They said, no, we're not going to allow this to happen to us once again. Envoy stepped up huge 1v3 clutching. It was just an insane series from both teams.
It really was, man. I mean, I've got to say, there were so many special moments, especially in that final search there. But I do say that the S&D round 5 stood out to Nameless the most. What happened there, man?
Yeah, it was a crazy round. OpTic were down and out. Like, they should not have won this round, and you're going to see Scump and Envoy. They have a beautiful setup where they're able to execute and win the 2v3. I mean, on this map alone, OpTic had 2 2v3s and a 1v3. So you see right here, 3v3 situation. Surge bullied their way through the A bomb site. Gunless wins a crazy gunfight onto Dashy, or excuse me, Octane wins it. Dashy should have won that gunfight, to be real. Gets gunned, but now they're in a 2 versus 3. Now you're going to see Scump and Envoy. They make their way over towards the B bomb site. They know they have to get it down fast, right? Because typically a team's going to push through. They're going to try to hit you. They know where you're going to go. So look at the setup that they have. Scump can see the cross through mid if they decide to go through checkers, or if they decide to wrap back through the other bomb site. And then Envoy has the cross to the street and the hop up through the window. Like, this is just next level setups out of the OpTic boys. And now they're just going to wait and see what information they give. So Envoy's going to see every single player on Surge cross to the street. So as he's trying to, you know, jump out and flank them, Scump is still waiting to see if a player is going to wrap around, give him a look, and they trapped him. So he comes up through the back door, gets some shots down. Scump, as soon as they redirect their attention towards the bomb site, Scump comes in from behind, gets the kills. There's just an unexpected spot for him to be in, works out wonderfully, and they get the 2v3 clutch.
And just to tag on it, man, like, that was a great search between both teams. But the round that really decided the game, I know Merc touched on it at the end of that, it was that round 7, where Classic was able to find a 2-piece on towards that A-bomb. And at that point, it is that 1v3 situation. Classic, he just decides to fly out and challenge on Envoy and leaves Gunless all by himself. Like, that needs to be one of those rounds where you just go back and get, like, damn, I just messed up, man. You cannot allow that to happen at this level, because, like, that is what cost you that series right there. If Classic, he makes a tremendous play by getting the 2-piece, but when he drops, that's what costed him right there.
He was feeling himself. I mean, he won the big gunfight the round before.
He was feeling himself. He was feeling himself. And you know what? I'm actually feeling our next match as well, which is New York versus Dallas. Very quick, gents. I need to know from you because we do have to go to game very shortly as well. But obviously, New York Mutineers enough to compete against Empire. Do you think from New York? I mean, it was very difficult, but they did manage to pull through with the Mutineers. Is that enough to defeat Empire? Do you think?
I don't know. Empire looked really good in their match versus Toronto Ultra. I mean, Shotzzy so far in the major sitting at a 1.25 overall, also a 2.07 in Search and Destroy. The guy's just been lighting it up. He's back in MVP form. I don't think that New York with a pickup team is going to come in and beat Empire right now. Empire just looked too good to me.
I'm going completely opposite, man. I think that New York actually have a chance at beating Empire. And the reason why is because so far through the major, they're 0-3 in hard points. They've been up by 100 points in 2 of them. And even in that last one that they lost on Moscow, they put themselves in a position to win it. All they had to do was just stay alive on the backside and allow Clay to hit that flank. So they need to fix their hard point. And their S&D today has been great. Like Decemate, I know he's not a seam. He's not the playmaker that a seam is. But his gameplay, at least in that game 5, really stepped up for me. So I'm excited to see with their new S&D form, if they can pick their hardpoint game back up, I feel like they have a good shot at taking this.
Well, we're going to have to see what Rambo Ray, coach for Dallas Empire, thinks about this matchup. He's standing by right now with Jess to get his thoughts.
Thank you so much, Lottie. So that was a tough loss yesterday, obviously, to put you here in the lower bracket. I mean, it was so very close, and we know what a talented team you guys are. What was it that stood out to you about their gameplay yesterday?
I mean, they just clutched up. We really should have closed that map 1. I mean, theoretically, it could have been a 3. We could have been out of this place like 2 hours earlier, but it's just the way it goes. I mean, it's competitive sports. There's always going to be times where a team clutches up more than the other team, and sadly, yesterday we were on the wrong side of that. So today we're going to try and change that, obviously.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's COD. Anything can happen. So what really are you expecting here for this match versus the Subliners?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to show up and play our game. It doesn't matter what their roster is, who's in front of us. Like, we're there to show up and do the things we need to do to win games, regardless of who we're playing against. So the guys are looking good, as you saw all weekend. We're just looking to keep continuing that today.
Yeah, and I'm definitely looking forward to watching this one. Well, thank you so much. Lottie, take it away.
Well, faceless oppositions there for Dallas Empire. But I tell you what, gearing up on stage is New York Subliners, hoping they can pull through with this series. Clay versus the crew he won champs with last season, face to face on the stage once again. You won't want to miss this one, folks. Coming up after the break.
Empire, man, they start off the day getting 3-0. They respond immediately with a 3-0 of their own.
I just think if you look at that Dallas Empire team from last year, that's where they were able to match them. But in this first major, they did not.
Every single kill is going in the kill feed in favor of Dallas. Every single player is working towards some streaks. No one is going to kill them.
They try to get in, iLLeY. They're all in front of you, but he cannot do it. Ultra behind the brakes. Get to a grand final.
And that was the Dallas struggle with the hardpoint at the major.
Empire get the victory. They are going for it, baby. Dashy, a thing of beauty. And OpTic, they get the 3-0. They survive the streaks.
Props to Vivid, man. He made some clutch plays and just starting to gel with this squad for sure.
Empire, they're able to bounce back there. They're 3-2.
They pick up all the kills and they hold on despite the fact that 4v2.
Dallas. They take NYSL to a map 5. They're getting better.
The Major 4 madness continues. Up next, Crim vs. Clay. What more could you want? Empire, NYSL getting ready to go, Joe.
Yeah, you know, for Empire, a great start. 3-0 OpTic, and you know, probably should be in a winner's final, but they lose a grueling game in a map 5 to Toronto Ultra. Now put themselves in this position where NYSL they survive. They're able to get here. They're able to beat Florida in a 2-3-5 situation, win that map number 5. And now you have this match, man, where I think for Dallas, you just got to deal with the momentum NYSL is going to be coming out with, and for NYSL, you know, just try to improve as much as you can. I know it's difficult with a fill-in.
A win's a win. I don't care if it's 1-3-4, 2-3-5, whatever it is. They got the W. They're ready to continue on. Let's meet our teams. First off, NYSL. What a kill that was. I'll see you in league play later, boys and girls.
Clayster though has a couple players in front. He gets the 2-piece, gets the third.
There's the first. Those one more is inside. Fantastic movement. Shots on point. Keep the streak going.
It was a matter of moments before we saw this map potentially wide open.
NYSL ready to try and move on. They've faced issues, it feels like, at every stage they possibly could. It's been a dramatic year for this team. They're without a team, but Decemate, you saw the big 1-3 clutch in the last series. Look at Røkkr in the middle. Just a great coach. Hey, JP. Hi, JP. I don't even know if they can hear us.
We got a whole squad out there. I was like, why is there 6 of them? I was like, what is happening here? But yeah, you kind of said it. They've just been dealing with a lot of adversity. They've gotten through it, but another test here. So they're going to try and pull another upset over Dallas Empire. As you can see, Decimate in for a team. They still have the core 3. We'll see what they're able to do.
Mack has been special for this team as of late. Maybe more pressure than ever on somebody like Clay to step up for the squad. He said he was trying to overcompensate in spots and trying to get that figured out. They get a win. They're trying to get one here on the other side. Crimsix and Empire, they're hosting Major 4. Is it a championship run? Who the hell knows? Let's meet the team. Dallas Empire.
Dallas Empire have smashed the gates open.
Fella with the round 1 ace.
Oh, it's a shot punch. Oh no! Once again, they saved the day.
Dallas Empire, they get an impressive win to kick off. Then probably a very painful loss. They spend the night talking through it. How can they improve? As Coach Rambo Ray looks to get this team in form. We saw a golf swing last time. This time I don't know what he's doing, but I love it.
I was really hoping for his like a bullying motion, you know?
That's what I thought was coming, honestly.
I was very, very disappointed in that one. Didn't like that at all. I give that a 0 out of 10, and I think he should be kicked off the walk-offs.
Oh, sorry, Ray. We'll see you later. But Empire now. It's a tough test. Is it full NYSL lineup? No, but they are not going to be an easy team to beat as Crim, iLLeY, Shotzzy, and Vivid with the rebound from a difficult loss versus Ultra yesterday.
100%. But looking at our game fuel keys to victory for Dallas Empire, I think Crim and iLLeY there's these moments throughout the games. They are such an aggressive AR duo. Sometimes they just need to stop. You just got to value their life a little bit. We saw, Dashy do it in the series before. They threw that checkmate hardpoint. One of the reasons why Crim had a death probably shouldn't have had. Vivid seems to be their key to their respawns. You can see when he is playing well in hardpoint control, they are winning them. Then lastly for Shotzzy, just got to stay being consistent. He's leading his team in every single game mode at this major.
Yeah, I watched it back. You can go to the 21-minute mark in the VOD for that Ultra Empire match, and you'll see they're getting set up. They're getting set up, and he may be repositioning, but you see on the minimap, he takes a fight. He gets caught, he drops, and it unravels from there. But avoiding that type of stuff is what we're talking about. Now to the game fuel keys to victory for NYSL.
I carry that momentum from the Florida series into game 1. When they beat Dallas earlier in the stage, they won both hardpoints. So can they win that hardpoint? It's been tough. They're such a great hardpoint team, but with Decimate in the lineup, just haven't been able to find one. And then the core 3 need to pick up the slaying, and this is a big reason why. They have to give themselves more opportunities to take over. We haven't seen the HyDra. We saw them in game 2 of the Moscow, but we haven't seen the HyDra we know, the Mack we know in those hardpoints. And then lastly, trust one another in search and destroy. Put Decimate in comfortable positions where he can make plays. It's a fill-in team. The communication has to be there. If someone makes a call, go with it.
Don't you think? I think Asim is so crucial to HyDra and Mack frying because he plays a very selfless role, right? Like, he's the first in, he's being baited a lot. Decimate's not that type of sub. I then think it just becomes harder for those guys to find those easy kills.
Not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying they're respawn, they're getting outslayed, and
they got to find a way to do it. Yeah. No, you need to ultimately find a way to get it done. But the overall best of 5, the maps and modes in front of us. Joe, any thoughts?
Oh, what, Garrison Hardpoint, I think great for, a Dallas Empire. Miami Search Destroy, strong one for both of these squads. I didn't see it for that long. I don't have the maps in front of me, so
it's going to be, it's Garrison, Miami, Garrison, Checkmate, Moscow is how we'll go through it. For the Miami, yeah, I mean, NYSL's 4-4, so not bad, but it's an 8-2 for Empire. Empire are a very good Miami team.
Oh, I see. We did get them. Okay, that's what I was looking for. We got them in. Makes sense. That's what I didn't have in front of me.
The message, yeah. I always have it pulled up on the sides. I got you, buddy.
Okay. No, I think, NYSL, this has been their go-to hardpoint, one of their best ones. But for Dallas, it's very strong at 7-5. So I think early on in this series, I think Dallas, they have a lot of strengths here.
Let's see if that strength is enough to walk away with a dub. I'll always love a good Clay versus Crim. Clay obviously won a world championship with this Empire lineup last year. Now a chance to knock them out of the tournament. Shotzzy yesterday, I'll tell you what, he was fun to watch. His POV sometimes is just nutty.
Just looks very difficult to deal with. He has that movement, just uses to his advantage. He's able to find a kill. There's a quick trade, but Dallas, they don't get a lot of time, but they flip the spawns for the second hill. So a good job off that break to find the opening.
Yeah, I think that's iLLeY who's gotten set up at top green, so he'll have some work to do. Well, okay, he's trying to hold it, gets peppered as shots come in. He does win versus Clay, but the second follow-up is HyDra. Top green control to NYSL, but you see that back left spawn coming in for multiple Empire players. They're going to battle through the backside.
Yeah, they're just going to be a little bit patient here. You have Shotzzy at ult, and he's going to try and pinch on through, but Vivid spawns all the way out. So whoever that is needs to stay alive. That's iLLeY, backs all the way up, able to find a double. Now here come the reinforcements. iLLeY going to finish it off with the triple, and that was just beautifully done by iLLeY to play his life.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what you were talking about in the keys to victory, too. Finding your spots, getting in advantageous positions for the gunfights when you have to take them. iLLeY, what a job he has done to secure some opening time here at the second hard point. Still a presence green for NYSL as they start to make this push, but Shotzzy set up in the back, doing damage, running out of bullets. Nobody in the point for now.
I'd say the reason that looked a little bit easier is because you have number 4, Crim, going on a very long route. Just trying to flip the spawns for the next hill, but not going to happen as NYSL. They get into this position. Got 3 members to deal with, but maybe an opening. HyDra gets taken down. You have Decimate across the map. A nice nade. But iLLeY's able to work on through, and Clay shuts down that push as Decimate locks down the middle of the map. Nicely done by NYSL. And yeah, I just think with the Dallas AR duo, you don't have like a traditional slower AR. It's just not what both of those guys are. Like, you look at your Toronto, you have Insight. You look at Atlanta FaZe with Arcitys. Sometimes they just put themselves in easier positions and let the people around them fly. Where these two, they just love to challenge.
Yeah, well, I guess my question to you then is, do you try to play to the more correct, traditional, fundamental hardpoint, or do you try to find a way to play more to your strengths?
Well, it feels like they play to their strengths. This is just what they do. I mean, we've looked at their engagements, and, Crim's leading the way most of the time, when iLLeY right behind them. It's just they have to recognize the moments when they need to turn in to that traditional statue AR.
Okay, yeah, well, we'll see if they can do that over the course of the series, but Empire, the host of our current Major 4, tied up 56-56. Let's go to an Astro listen-in with Dallas Empire.
top green, HyDra.
He's in new. New
Top
top
green,
green.
HyDra.
Dog.
Yeah, I spawn big door.
One shot under. Yo, top floating.
You one is top green. Put it
Yo, yeah. Once. He's under green.
Yeah,
Under green.
yeah,
Street, got me.
top low.
Raise. Go guys, top float, top green.
Green, Mack dead.
Nice.
Watch that hill.
No,
Big door. One big door. One flat.
Yo,
Top green on me.
One pipes right now.
Top green on me, so.
Yo, back left.
Green.
Play one shot, play dead. Yo, mid, kill me.
These mid takes one Q. You want Dashy, one Q.
Guys, let's have time. Let's start green.
Left.
Your time right here, guys.
Yeah, one's right. L.
Yeah. Top green.
Top green. Good shit, good win.
You
One top green. One top green. Then
Probably, yo, on time, got me.
Right corner. Top green.
Top green, HyDra, one shot.
I'll see what I'm Mack.
Yo, and put your mic closer to top.
Okay.
What is plat now?
I'm picking plan.
We got one spawn out. Big I spawn out.
Yeah, I'm holding green. Green just slid out. HyDra dead.
Dashy Mack.
Yo, front floating, JT, let's go.
Watch out, GT. One's in out. The trash on time.
I still have you guys.
Get this time.
Holding green.
Yeah, do the setup.
Yeah, do the setup right here, guys.
Square.
I scrap, you're good.
We're good.
Still holding green.
Right side. Let me know if you cross square.
Alright.
Yo, one's trying to come
Top
green.
green now. They're trying to go green, I think.
Yep.
I got
I got one.
Shot it now.
Some more.
Popping pointer.
No.
Gonna back up. Yo, wait. I'm going
Mack. Oh, Mack.
on the hill.
There's two.
How Mack? We got square.
We swear now.
Oh, you went hill?
There's one train now.
Yeah, one square.
Behind me as well.
Clay's back right.
JT one shot. JT one shot square. Now the guys.
We're done.
On the attack.
Maybe not the most important part of the listen in, but what stood out to me is when Crim told iLLeY to please move his mic closer to his mouth so we could hear him.
Well, I mean, different environment on LAN. The audio setup's a little bit different, but yeah, you got to hear your teammates. That is important as NYSL, 30-point lead right now, but Dallas have done a really good job at this hill to get back into it, and this man is starting to catch fire a little bit as he's on 4 in a row, getting some time. I wanted to see the core 3 really start to step on up, and Mack and Clay starting to go on some sprees here as they're both in double digits.
4 in a row, nades everywhere, a one-on-one close range versus freak that is Shotzzy. So he's holding it for now. See if he can take the fight. Nice shot by Clay, giving himself a little bit more range, finding the 5th on this streak as the killing spree is done.
It's a good job by Clay by Crim to make sure he doesn't earn some streaks, and he keeps it going up to 4 in a row. But HyDra was just lurking top green this entire time. But Dallas, you're able to break that setup, earning some scrap time. 20 seconds left. NYSL. I want to start to earn some presence over towards our second hill, but it's just going to be HyDra by himself.
Okay.
Nice snap. The headshot hits. Trying to finesse, ready for the second one, but Vivid, he cuts that down. Dallas Empire now only down by 8, now into this setup. We'll see if they can take the lead.
So that was less finesse and more turning to just chow another fight. he dismantled. I thought he was going to run away too. He's like, nah, I'm just going to take this. They're in the point. Lead change. Empire in front. As iLLeY starts to lurk on the opposite side, he gets picked up by Decimate. That'll be 2 down for Empire as Subliners look to collapse through top green. With 40 seconds remaining on the point. Nobody pushes it. They wait for the remaining players to get in position. Now they try to work it through bricks, but iLLeY again with the multi-kill. Fantastic from iLLeY.
Well, yeah, I mean, you were right. They were looking like they were loading up and going to slide down on green. But that doesn't happen. There's an audible call. They try to go through the middle of the map, but HyDra's still here. He finds 2 picks. He's going to work some scrap time. This is going to spawn Dallas all the way on the left side. The rest of his teammates rotating. He's just going to eat up some of this scrap time. This is beautifully done because this also makes them have to focus on him. Nobody can really work up, but it looks like Shotzzy has snuck through, or has he? Mack is ready for it, deals with that. Now Decimate, roam around and find those kills.
Well, I think HyDra spawned in like a second before old finish, so he spawns out, and it could either work in a great pinch. It seems like Shotzzy just via X-ray is aware of it. He's staring at this, so they know one is out. They're going to leave him and just take the push. Decimate will fall. But now HyDra's able to pounce, pick off one from behind.
Yeah, but Dallas have the spawns now with 35 seconds left. Now you have, who is that? Crim going on a pinch. He's going to pinch HyDra. He stays through the middle of the map. He knows his teammates have the spawns, so he's just going to try and cut off the NYSL reinforcements. What, for P2? It was HyDra who makes the play. Then right there, while HyDra trying to set up that pinch, Dallas just push on through. But to break up a little bit of this time is only an 11-second game.
It's a tight one as we get down to the final stretch. I'm actually like surprised to see aBeZy 12 and 18 because he's had like, a couple of like triples and like big play moments, but the kill calm, nothing insane, but you know what? You're up 16. You'll take the lead. Shotzzy and Crim combined to take down one as they continue to move up mid-map. And I thought he was going to get that kill, and Mack ripped his head off.
It must have been a really big turnaround by Crim and Vivid then, because I mean, Shotzi's only on 16, and
yeah,
when we were on
were you
both
like
of them, he had
shocked to
that
see
5
those two?
screed.
Like I was shocked to see those two negative, 100%.
Yeah, because when they started to turn things around, that's when he was on that spree. So it must be Vivid and Crib really started to turn up for Dallas Empire. They have the lead now, but NYSL with the setup. Here come the submachine gun players from Dallas Empire as they fly on through iLLeY in a tough gunfight. Shotzzy trying to get it straight, doesn't have it. HyDra, he's got his dad's back.
Down 10, making the run. Vivid trying to play spoiler, a little slide, little snap, little dance as he gets. Ooh. Oh, I thought he got the third. iLLeY did. iLLeY and Vivid, whatever. They killed them all. A clearance for Empire as they wipe NYSL off the map right as the new hardpoint pops.
Hey, there's a bit of a split here. There's a bit of a split. Play taking his time. Crim trying to deal with the players that spawned up on the opposite side. This is going to allow Decimate to work on up. He's able to win that gunfight. But yeah, Vivid starting to win a lot more gunfights. Keeps Dallas in the hill.
They can technically win it here. It's going to be hard to hold this perfectly. But it puts a little pressure on Subliners to not think about the next setup. They've got to do something on the point. What can Clay do? One down. I thought he had two, and he did not. But the rest of his teammates find kills and get them off the point. Now they'll survive to see another hard point, as Empire can no longer win it if they got back on that time. We'll get ready to head back to first. You see on the minimap the lock. That's where we're going. As you see, it's NYSL scattered around mid-map, looking to make this 40-point comeback.
Well, in HyDra, and I think it was Clay, they were in the setup to trap them, but I think Vivid, he was able to make the play, forced Clay to have to challenge him. That allowed Crim to work through. Now he's on a multi-kill, so there could have been a situation where they were trapped for a good amount of time. But as I say that, Mack now entering that kill feed a little bit more as he's up to 25 kills. Clay on 31. They're out slaying him. They're just not winning the kill column. Or, sorry, score column.
Well, we're not done yet. Down just under 30. Back into the hard point they go as Mack looks to soak up some of the objective time. Never gets back to full health as HyDra, and he will be dropped. Decimate catches a stick. That's 3 down for NYSL for a moment. The point will be contested. Now no one can win it on this point. Set up and next. I believe that's iLLeY tucked away behind radar as we hop out to check the POV as he gets ready to lock this down, try to close out the map 1 win. NYSL, they rely on a big break. iLLeY wants no part of it. Give him all 3. 5 spree for iLLeY, and that might close out the map as the final seconds tick away. Empire, get it done.
Wasn't the cleanest. It wasn't the best game on Empire. NYSL really made it messy, but this was one of those plays I was talking about. iLLeY rotates on early, puts himself in a power position with this Krig, and just, you know, it makes the game easier for you. And there was a moment, I think, like midway through that game, iLLeY and Shotzzy were really struggling. They did not find many kills. I think Crim and Vivid, some individual plays that they had kept them in that game because NYSL outslayed them by a good amount. They're just not able to translate those kills into enough hill time.
It's interesting because it's like the opposite of what we were talking about when you and I were watching NYSL versus Mutineers earlier today. Like NYSL was up 50 points,
opposite.
And they were getting, and Mutineers were outslaying by 30. And I was like, what is going on? Total opposite here for NYSL. Yeah, you can see it. I mean, 3 of the players are positive. The only person negative is Decimate, -1. I know it's a close game, but yeah, there was a point where they really felt like they were dominating the kill column. But it's Empire that gets the win. Felt like every time I saw iLLeY on the kill feed, it was like somewhere between 2 and 4 kills. Just finding them in flurries. But what a map 1 it was. Is Empire take advantage, go up 1-0. You're NYSL, you bring it back in the search.
And that was another example of Crim. He had 60 engagements. He's just, he's active.
Yeah, I mean, even iLLeY towards the end there when he was pushing like catwalk, you saw he was like playing like a sub player, like mantle it over, taking fights, like thought he was Shotzzy. Unbelievable stuff, but Empire get the win. It's disappointment for NYSL. We head to search after a quick commercial break.
Call of Duty League is presented by T-Mobile, now America's largest and fastest 5G network. Set your sights on the competition with T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
Sign up for official Call of Duty League emails and get the exclusive Send It calling card. Just scan the QR code on your screen, enter your info, and you'll get a free code for the calling card. You cannot get this calling card anywhere else. It's available in Black Ops Cold War and Warzone. So do that if you want the Send It call. That's cool. I like calling cards. I like all things that make me look awesome, Joe.
That's definitely a calling card for me, because I'm the guy in the squad that's sending it. You may see me in one moment, I might be across the map.
Yeah, that is true. I think you described Crowder a little bit as well there when we play daily. But let's talk about the KD comparison for Stage 4 and Major 4 for this Empire lineup. And, Joe, a couple things that stand out.
Well, I mean, everybody bumps up, but I think the middle two. iLLeY playing the best COD probably, I think, of the year. And then Shotzzy is in MVP form. He's been getting better and better. But those two struggled in that map one. It was the other two, Crim and Vivid, that really put it together, bought them a lot of those moments where they could break the setups of NYSL and kept them in that game.
Who would know that the guys called all onliners all at the beginning of last year, there was even like a router like calling card put in for Empire last year, all improved once we get here to LAN. Yeah, they've been stepping it up big time. They have the advantage in this series, 2 maps away from continuing on. But NYSL been in this spot before, losing the map 1, answering back quickly with the search.
I haven't been in this spot before often though, right? I mean, just with how good of
this
a
weekend,
hardpoint. Yeah, I know this weekend for sure, but how good of a hardpoint team they've been. This is different for them, as you can see. Miami Search Destroy, very good for Empire, 8-2. NYSL 4-4. But one thing I love watching with Empire on this is iLLeY and Crim, just so active in the middle of the map on offense. We'll see what info they can find early.
Yeah, they've been so good here. Maybe it's one of those spots where we talk about how aggressive they are and how active they are. As you kind of pointed out, like, it really benefits them on a map like this. The angles you can get, the picks you can find. See if they can take over here. But it was Shotzzy yesterday for me who really stood out in the search. I mean, he was just winning them rounds.
Well, yeah, he was the guy, like, just playing on an island. Usually around the beach area, winning one-on-ones. And when you win those one-on-ones, it makes it a lot easier for you. It gives you a lot of room to work with. But looks like it's going to be a slow 8 hit so far. Decimate just hanging out, building the sandcastle.
He certainly is. He's lying in wait. As Empire start to layer the map. And Shotzzy got through. Oh, this is going to get interesting.
It's a big W for Dallas. He might get a kill. Didn't see him. Okay. It's just not good that he planted.
They've got the numbers to do the retake. Still deep boat side will be iLLeY. Can't catch Decimate on the cross. Under 30 to go. As they're fanned out across the map. That's a big one for iLLeY to bring it back to a 3 versus 3. Oh, I thought he got down, but he doesn't. Clay tucks them to bed. 3v2. 11 seconds to go. Decimate finds one more.
That's
it's all on
Wait,
Crim.
did he get it?
Just has to get him on the bomb.
That's
No.
him. He probably thinks
thought
that's
it
him.
was. He's still on it. HyDra gets the defuse, and yeah, I wonder if he was thinking that was the player on the bomb.
100%. Definitely was the way he played that, but this is the kill. I think Vivid's trying to work the middle of the map with him, and Decimate able to find Vivid and Crim. That's 3 on the round. It gets scary because, you know, with the boat, with where Crim is at the driveway, that bomb plane, you just can't let it go through. But Decimate just kind of lurking. It happens, but at least he finds 3.
Wow. It's just crazy that like Decimate ends up with 3 kills in that round. It just looks so awkward at the beginning. Like Shotzzy just kind of waltzes on through. Ultimately, he'll get that kill, tack on 2 more, and it's a nice start for the guy that had a huge 1v3 clutch for them in their last series. Trying to show his worth and value, filling in on this NYSL lineup. Great start in the map, too.
And there's Shotzzy just on his boat right now. You have Crim locking down the middle, because that's all he needs to watch. With Shotzzy in this position, he's giving his teammates information. You have Clay sneaking on up. Maybe Clay found in timing. Usually it's one of those timings that Crim catches. I think Crim just saw him. There's the call out. It was so close. But Crim rotated on over.
Well, it was already a slow push. Maybe slow down even more. Decimate's got a tough task ahead of him as he's the lone guy that started to work up, but he wins his 1. Vivid ripped off the map. 3 versus 3, 30 to go. They start to work this. iLLeY's POV now is he's going to have eyes on this push. Nice little shoulder just to get the information, but fact is they got to work this bomb plant.
Yeah, since they don't have balcony control, iLLeY's just got to back away. Got to back away, and Decimate flies at it up to 5 in a row now. Starting to think about streaks, but Shotzzy working the flank. This is what he did. Oh, Crim 1 bullet away from getting that bomb planter. That would have put him in a 2v1. Instead, now Shotzzy, a tough task. And HyDra, he's just going to go say hello.
Yeah, he's just like in the middle of swapping or YY and gets caught, but I mean, Decimate, how big? He wins the 1-on-1 versus Vivid towards the size by himself. Then as the bomb plant's about to go down, a little ledge boost off. Bunny hop smokes the guy inside.
That's a kill right there.
Yeah, that's a huge one.
Turns the round. As HyDra just stays alive and then finds this second. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Vivid's just playing in a really strong spot. You're just hoping he doesn't get picked there because then iLLeY, he's got to reposition, give up the bomb.
Yeah, they were both big. I guess we don't get to HyDra's fight if Decimate doesn't get them there. 5-0 start now for Decimate. Him and HyDra, after HyDra's final 2, they're 7-0 combined. NYSL, so far, good job answering back from the map 1 defeat. You've got 3 people here defensively, 4 subliners. And with Mack's form lately, he's taken 1 with him. If not, maybe 2. Well, there's first. Shotzzy's head it's peppered with bullets.
Just so hard to see him there. And he just...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, do not go somewhere else. Go another way. Mack attack, Big Mac, Daddy Mack. I don't know what his name is. He's incredible.
Well, did
I say Daddy Mack?
Okay, that's a really good job by Clay to just stay alive because... Oh, did that stick him? Oh, the trophy.
I thought it did.
Yeah, it looked like it stuck him. But if Crim kills Clay there, that's a quick rotate out. That's a quick rotation out. They would have a 3v3 with bomb plant instead. He doesn't challenge the gunfight, doesn't overstay his welcome, gets down, allows his teammates to work the flank. Nicely done by Clay, because that's what Dallas was just relying on.
Wait,
all right, Shotzzy's dead. We got the bomb.
That was number 7, right? That's 6. That was 6th and 7 for Decimate, right?
Yeah. No, he hasn't died yet.
Sorry to interrupt you. I thought I didn't realize he got one before that final kill. So okay.
You should be sorry. Yeah, I agree. You should be sorry. But we have a timeout requested. Unbelievable.
Is it an issue because he doesn't have his second streak, or what? Well, I'm wondering what they're talking through. But he was on 7.
7 would be his first.
Oh yeah. What am I saying? Yeah. I for some reason I was looking at the streaks that he pointed at. I was thinking there was something wrong with the streaks, but yeah, no, duh.
Okay, it looks like
controller issue or something.
We should try and figure this out.
Well, hopefully they can get it resolved. I mean, good thing for them. They're up 3-0 right now. I mean, if anything, this might end up giving a little bit of a reset to Empire. They can kind of think through what's going wrong. And YSL just keep rolling like they are. Well, they're working on it. You kind of saw admins talking it through with Clay. Seems to be some sort of mechanical issue. Not sure if it's, I don't know what it is, controller, monitor, whatever it is, we're going to figure it out. They'll continue to work through it. We'll be back as quickly as we can. Don't go anywhere. The search and destroy continuing after this quick break. We are back. I believe the issue has been resolved. We'll be hopping back into game. Fantastic. The round-based modes, we have the timeout feature so we can stay in game, keep all progress everywhere, which is key here because Decimate has a streak.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. I think Clay, it looks like he maybe had to either it looks like he had to reconnect. But yeah, thankfully Decimate has the streak. But yeah, as issues like this in the past, you got a game restart, you don't have that streak, and then there's that, well, if we would have had that, we probably would have won. But he's got it, so thank you for the timeout feature. We appreciate it.
Well, it was all NYSL before the timeout. We'll see if they can keep it rolling. Decimate, just perfection so far as the ping will come in. Get some information over to his teammates. Mack, still hitting.
Oh, well, that's the information that they wanted, right? It's a 2-2 split. How are they going to play off of this? And it looks like with that pick, they're thinking about maybe wrapping back, but what Shotzzy hasn't rotated over to B. They're still taking their time. They're trying to get Dallas to just think about what's happening. Where is NYSL? They're not giving them any information, but look at iLLeY's position. He's kind of snuck on up into parking. Bit of an off angle. We don't see this too often, but okay, HyDra, he's ready for it. It's probably why we don't see it that often.
It looked good until it didn't, but Shotzzy still here. The finesse game strong, the timing not as strong. As he looks away, he gets peeked from top, and NYSL continue right where they left off before the timeout. Perfect, up 4-0.
I mean, this is, listen, with a fill-in, S&D is so difficult. You just, everyone get on the same page. Right, hard point, you slay well. Everyone has a very good understanding of how you want to play it, but when you talk about search and control, your breakoffs, where people go, your strategies, the fact that they are close to now winning 3 maps in a row, they beat Florida in both of them, it's just so impressive.
Go. You want to know what helps? When your fill-in is 8-0.
Oh, I get it.
Like,
no, yeah,
like
I mean, my man's frying, but
to be fair,
I get that it helps.
When he first came onto the scene, what was the part of his gameplay that impressed us the most?
Well, he was an SD star, yeah.
Yes, 100%. So you're correct, but I guess I shouldn't be shocked that it's working.
Let's just think about like how strong of a Miami team Dallas has been.
Yeah, that's actually like, a bigger point.
Right, like they've made other teams just look horrible on this map.
Yeah.
And right now, NYSL up 4-0.
I think I said that to you yesterday when we were casting them once. Like, I've started to really like this map because there seems to be the most separation between teams with like who's good at it and who looks lost. And Empire typically make people look lost. Right now, they're lost trying to find a round.
I have a chance. It's a 2v4, but bomb's planted. If it's gonna find one, but his best friend, I think, is gonna be the clock right now. Gotta try and get this first kill. This is a great read. He just doesn't know where the third one is. He has no idea. There's one player behind him. This is a 1v4. Did he get it? Did he get it? It was so close.
I think he got it. He got it. He got it right at the. He got it.
Wow, what a play by HyDra. That is ice cold.
Oh, yeah, no, he had to insta-hop. Did you see?
He's taking a deep breath.
After that. Ooh, all right. Yeah, he got it just in the nick of time. Vivid almost pulls off the 1v4.
Well, who was the 4 player behind him? I don't know where. They were taking a long route. I was like, okay, this player behind him is going to get a free kill. I don't know what was happening.
It's nighttime in Miami. It can be very confusing, Joe. There's a lot of lights.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, that player got lost, I guess.
Yep, it happens to the best of us. 5-0 lead now for NYSL. Decimate finally died. Guys, actually, he was Homelander for a little bit in this map. Invincible. But finally, he will drop. HyDra, well, after that, he's having himself a map as well. Empire, I guess maybe they're ready for map 3.
Well, now you have those 2 streaks, right? Do you want to use it offensively, defensively? Do you wait for a pick? The artillery is going to be blind, but you have the cruise missile. Typically, when you have like a blind artillery, it's usually you're trying to either defend your bomb after you plant it or stop the plant from coming in. So I'll use it for that. But when does he want to use a cruise? You see, he's just sliding around, trying to let that Empire know that there's someone near this site.
It's interesting because remember, one of the things we talked about when it was NYSL versus FaZe is like, how can NYSL slow the game down against them? Well, they're doing a great job slowing it down here, but finally things unraveling and around is surely Empire will close this out. But Decimate, don't count him out quite yet. He's going to be by himself. Last alive. Now you can count him out. Empire get a round on the board. They'll have to do 5 more to pull off the 0-5 comeback.
Well, all Decimate was trying to do is pull someone towards B the whole entire time. We don't see it. Right before this play from iLLeY, it's the one-on-one. Clay got into their defensive building, but Crim was ready for it. He wins that one-on-one. If Clay wins that, there's a lot more of the map that are open for NYSL. They probably get to the bomb. If they plant it, that's when Decimate's just playing his life because he's going to use those streaks. So, nice play from Crim and iLLeY, able to lock this round down. They find all 4 kills defensively.
How could they win an offense? 3 players at B, all for both teams. On the islands, you'll have Clay, you'll have Crim. As they may face a one-on-one, the rest of the team will do the fight. Where's this B site?
You have this
It's just
stack. You have.
look at
Clay
there's so
out
many
here.
people here and just like no one shot a gun yet. They're just waiting to pounce.
You saw Decimate was able to find some info with his tack. Look at number 6, Clay again. He's gotten behind Crim. Crim is in the middle. But at the same time, this gives an opening to Crim, and thank you for this. Picture in picture. Here comes the execute. Now, Clay's just a little too late. Is he a little too late to this? Just taking that long route, he might be. The 2 versus 3, Max by himself, and yeah, you see where Clay is. He's just trying to work it, hoping his team can hold on, give him a chance maybe to clutch the round. It's going to be difficult to do.
Yeah, if this was like a 1v1, 1v2, I mean, you got time to make this play happen, but with 3 players still left, it's doable. It's going to be tough, and first player tucked in the corner, able to close it out. Back-to-back rounds now for Empire. See if they can keep it rolling.
I feel like this double, like, stair setup we see sometimes, I feel like it doesn't work that often. Like, when you have one player just, like, on the balcony looking out towards parking, I feel like that player always just gets smoked. I don't know why. I feel like it happens a lot.
Yeah, it's probably like less than you think, but like they stick out because it's usually somebody getting smoked. I don't know. I don't know what the numbers are on it, but yeah, well, usually when they get gunned, I mean, yeah, it's like you have the high ground, you have the cover, and it doesn't look great. I don't know if it's that or what it is exactly, but I know what you mean. Speaking of getting smoked, Clay is off the map, so no long route here because he technically can't walk when he's dead.
Well, in what Dallas, they know that Decimate is on streaks. He has streaks. So they're upping the pace. Offensively, they're going to be. Why? There's just so much cover. So they're playing around the B bomb site. Defensively, they're trying to find an early pick. So you get put into a situation where if you're Decimate of, oh, I'll just hold it to the next round. And when you have that mindset, then all of a sudden it's 5-4, 5-5, and you can't use it. And that maybe what's happening is Shotzzy with some beautiful shots on that flank. It's a 2v3. A lot of the times it's a question of when is the right time to get that, use those streaks.
I think I saw back and forth between Arcitys and Looney, and they were talking about respawn, but I think Arcitys basically said whenever you're relying on the streak for the win, you're not going to win.
Okay.
Or something like that. Like if you're relying on that to win the game, like it's not going to happen.
Well, they might not need it to win. We're just hoping that the bomb gets planted. The bomb gets planted, it's probably going to be a win. He's going to call in the cruise, and both of these players are in the middle of the map. Yeah, Shotzzy, we'll see you later. Crim, you're spotted. This should be it.
Crim trying to give out haircuts. He's got to give 2. There's the first. Decimate will drop. 1 versus 1. He's tagged up, knows his position. 30 seconds to go. The GOAT. First one of the newest players in the league. And HyDra close it out.
Crim does not have a lot of time. He takes a really long route. HyDra just going to check the bomb. Not going to see anything. That means, all right, I got 7 seconds just to reposition. And that's going to do it. HyDra just going to hop the wall, find the kill. Crim, he gets both kills. Just not enough time on the clock. Decimate, the streaks come in handy, but it's the early 5-0 lead that tie our series up. Is NYSL able to win this one?
I swear it feels like HyDra's been in the league for 12 minutes, but he's been in 21v1s. So he keeps finding himself in these spots, but he plays them well, plays them smart, and closes it out. Yeah, that was Max beams to the head of iLLeY that brought it back to a 3 versus 3. But yeah, dominant from NYSL, and yeah, they did it in the last series. You lose the game 1, you bring it back, you tie it up 1-1 with a nice search. Maybe 2-3-5 is somehow the recipe for success for this new look roster.
A little crazy. It's crazy what you think about it, but Dallas Empire, you know, you win their hard point pick. Now you over towards control, and you know their control's been getting better, but just taking a look at our map 2 stats. Crim 7-5, a lot of damage, but it's Decimate. I mean, 11 kills. Hits those streaks, puts them up early.
Yeah, we're going to check out our U.S. Army tactical play here in a moment. It's going to be Decimate. I mean, he starts out, what, like 8-0? Just absolute quality out of the fill-in. It's not an easy thing to do, and they're kind of defying the odds and what we expect to kind of happen, like with regards to what modes you're good in. But he's been a solid search player. You know, a lot of us thought he'd be in the league constantly when we first came on the scene. He was an incredible player, but it's cool to see him get this chance, and he's taking advantage of it.
And it starts in this round number 1. It's just a little bit odd because Shotzzy, He's one of the more aggressive bomb planners, right? He will sacrifice his life to put his team in a situation to win the round. And he does just that. Like, this is great when you have a player boat, when you have a player on that driveway. There's so many angles, it's difficult to defuse. But because it's round 1, there's no trophies. Clay able to find the angle on iLLeY. iLLeY's trying to dodge nades. He gets smoked. And yeah, like Clay, I think this is just such a heads-up play to stack the body. He stacks the body of his teammate. And it just looks like he thinks he kills the player on the defuse. But that doesn't happen. And HyDra's like, all right, round win.
And Decimate gets the final kills, but from Johnson's COD via the Astro Social soundboard, you see that timing between them on the beach. Yeah, no, it was kind of wild. That's where we started, but I think we might be in for a banger here. Tied up 1-1. We'll see if it's another series that goes the distance, but NYSL tie us up. Control around the corner.
The Call of Duty League is presented by the US Army. What's your warrior? USAA is made for gamers. Level up your gear protection with USAA insurance.
Oh my God! For Clayster! For Clayster!
I'll do the immigrant. That was the best room. Let's
go, bro.
Can anybody from Legion get here in time? Temp gets clothesline on the way to P1, and Atlanta FaZe right off into the sunset.
Johnny's the right side driveway. Right side driveway.
Right side driveway. Nice. Go. Yeah, that's way too stressful.
It all comes down to insight for the series. Position known. Can he defend the bomb? And no. The answer is no. Florida, come away with the game.
Back to Heady. Absolute done.
Nice. Back to Heady. Back there, probably.
Bring him back, Heady. Back Heady. He's hurt.
Go. Hop it. Right. Go, baby. Let's get it.
Let's go, boys.
Oh my God, someone's hide there.
That was well played. 6 rounds in a row, boys. Yeah, that was well played. 6 rounds in a row, boys.
Yo, you can't lie.
Go, bro.
The position and win there from Kenny. Down to another 1 versus 1. Prestinni, no ammo.
Yeah, bottom right. Low right. Bottom right. And on me, bottom right. I'm coming. Bottom right. He's pushing me. Oh wait, no, he's going pillar. Let's go.
Nice. Let's go.
Look at that. We gotta watch our mess, bro. We were trolling for sure. I'm telling y'all, we were playing like Minnesota Røkkr.
They surge on forward. They can't get in. I don't think anyone's going to be able to touch it. Røkkr pick up the kills. They close it out 3-1 in the map for.
I'm killing. I got time. I'm looking front. I'm looking AI.
Good
Go, baby. Come on.
Go, baby. Come on.
Good. That's game-winning plays, dude. Good, bro.
And now 6 points away from closing it out as Formal will look to pick up the scraps inside T2P, go to work. It's 5 in a row for Scump. It's a hard point win for OpTic. They'll take the series 3-1.
Left side. I need
I got one more. I got 2.
Nice, good jump.
Gotta be SDs.
Nice. Let's go, baby.
Holy shit, they got work.
Jump.
Let's go.
30 seconds to go. Crims spotted. Crims finish. Subliners take the map 5.
Last guy mid.
Everyone just hide grandmas, dude. Just get in grandmas and just chill. Or you guys can hold yellow. You're fine. Stay there. Don't die. Do not die.
I'm chilling, brother. I think we have on.
Let's go,
baby.
Let's go, man.
I'm game 5, baby. Come on.
Let's
Go! Good job, guys.
Oh my God.
I'm proud of you, man. Let's go.
We are back as NYSL answer back. Tied up 1-1. To the control we go. Yo, I can't wait.
Me neither. Control Garrison for Empire, 5-6. For NYSL, 3-5. But this is one of the maps that I think early on it was a lot of checkmate and raid. Some of the teams have gotten a lot better at raid, and people have had a veto that just focus on a different one. And what is coming to play? It's a lot of Garrison lately. So both of these teams trying to find an advantage here to go up 2-1 in our series.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It's not like, either of their go-tos necessarily, but should lead to a solid battle here. I thought when I looked at this one, granted, my pick'ems have been horrible, but this was just a really hard, at least some looked straightforward even if they weren't. Like, this one's just, it was hard. I don't know. Here we are, 1-1. Control, loaded up.
It's actually, look at that stage
Empire
4
battle.
Looking pretty good for Dallas. I mean, they're 3-2 here, so gotten much better, much improved. We're NYSL 1-3, and then obviously you add on the fact of they have Decimate on the team. So see if Dallas can take that advantage.
Well, at least when we've been casting it lately, it's been just super defensive heavy, very lopsided for some of the ones we've casted just this weekend. But let's see if Empire can get it rolling on offense. Lurking right underneath them is HyDra, just waiting for a good timing to go. And that's going to be after 2 of his teammates drop, but the read is there. Unfortunately, it's HyDra with the headshot, and he is out.
Well, at least spots him off a spawn. I mean, just wasting time, making sure Dallas has to worry about him, but still alive. The nade hits. He's 1 bullet. iLLeY off spawn takes care of that, and there is 2 ticks of progress at B.
Yeah, that was just a fastball coming in. Nice toss. This B's about to wrap up. Everybody for NYSL getting set up on the other side. An early hit. His Empire strike quickly, offensively.
You got a couple of players still around. iLLeY, when he got done capturing that point, he was just trying to get map control for his team, but he gets taken down off by HyDra. As HyDra come off spawn, finds 2 kills. See, Dallas already so forward and not out to A. Nobody was really there. Clay with a nice angle on the Vivid. But to lock this down,
Ooh.
Clay finds another one.
And they'll regain control of that side of the map for now. Clay and HyDra go huge to alleviate the pressure off the second point, but through on the flank, Clayster just sends it. He gets kills on the point, sends it mid-map, finds him there to stagger the push again for Empire. And the rest of the team picks it up so Clay can get back into the fight before any pressure's been applied.
Yeah, I mean, huge life from Clay because there was an opening. It was brief. If he goes down, there's 2 players already from Dallas on the A point. All of the pressure on NYSL to have to retake it. He gets pushed up mid-map control, finds some more kills. Then behind that, HyDra, Mack, Decimate, all able to find some. Dallas not out of this one. Tied in lives 14-14. Have a minute to work with.
At least HyDra gets 1 there, right? Like the rest of his team drops. He's in the midst of really the entire Empire lineup. He takes down 1, but they're able to surge forward behind it. Clay, again, defensively around A. Picking up kills when you need them, but Crim is still here. Oh, I thought maybe the third.
That's a 70 for you. Oh, what a shot by HyDra.
They're still on it, though. First bit of progress about to wrap up. 2 players now stacking onto it. The other 2 going to be there shortly. A big moment again for Subliners on defense to try and stop this. 2 will drop. This could be the round. Empire have the numbers. They've got the position. Here's the contest. Mack just sends it on in. 2 fall again for NYSL. Second bit of progress done. What a big offensive round win this could be. Empire will strike first. Phenomenal job to open up this control.
And every single time NYSL, it looked like they were going to take the map away, put Empire in a trap. There was a couple of kills, whether it was Crim, whether it was iLLeY, just locking things down, making sure they could have another solid push. And finally they get out because Clay was hitting some beams. We saw him pull out the pistol, able to take down Shotzzy, but Crim lines up too. That really opens up that zone. And they have to deal with the submachine gun players inside of bricks.
Well, yeah, I mean, they did a really good job avoiding like that 3 or 4 down. And then it happened right after Clay makes that play, right? Once they get pushed out to mid-map, finally in a good spot, HyDra gets one, but everybody else drops. It's the opening for Empire. They take advantage. Now can NYSL win an offense? Decimate almost smoked as he gets hit to 33 from the nade. Okay. Oh, the nades are on point for Empire, but HyDra able to avoid that one. They've got kind of a 2-2 split, really, for both teams in a way.
Well, HyDra's just going to go. Not the easiest of shots.
Well, now they got to worry about him, though.
On the other side, though, iLLeY snuck on up. So he kind of did the same thing that HyDra did from top green. And, well, worry about him and they find him. Vivid and Shotzzy able to hunt him down while their teammates control the middle of the map.
And
already 45 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, it's huge when you can eliminate that quickly, right? Because he gets a kill, gets away again. Next thing you know, it's something that you're distracted by for 45 seconds to a minute, but they get it done fast. They now find the kills at mid. Empire looking to go up 2-0 in this control. They've got all the position in the world as time is dwindling and Vivid is beaming.
Yeah, I think the big worry is always like when we see players in that position, it's when the defensive team only sends one, and then that player in breaks wins another one-on-one. And they're wasting more time, and someone else has to go, and it's another one-on-one. Just right away, Vivid and Shotzzy, they make sure they lock it down. But off a spawn, it was looking like Empire. We're going to lock this defensively on up. But HyDra just flies on through. He's got the help of Decimate and Clay, and, well, almost 2 ticks of progress done.
Yeah, this just got flipped on its head in a hurry, didn't it? If they can take the tougher of the 2 points and get the minute, they've got a shot, but their 2 will fall. Empire, they look to retake. Decimate looks to finesse. Under 10 seconds to play. The last person in position is Decimate.
Set it to B.
They're going to wrap this back to B. Yeah, I mean, you got to stop the clock. He's not getting to A.
That's it.
And that'll do it. That'll do it. They get the final 2 players. They trek over to the other objective. Back-to-back rounds for Empire. And well played. But no, you're right. Like, the fact they send 2, because I feel like we've just seen that sequence so many times when we're casting, right? Like, it just, one guy getting through can just, he can waste half the round. Like, because you're literally just worried about him. You can't play as a team.
It's just what that does, right? Because he gets a kill, then someone else has to track back. And while that player's doing that, typically the defense on the opposite side of the map is weaker. So that gives your team a 3v2. And then if he's able to stay alive, the defense gives up, like, let's just say the more common point of B. They have to wrap back to A. And if he does a really good job of playing sneaky and can allow his team to transition from B to A while playing his life or maybe taking one down, you're basically saying, defense, you cannot get into your setup. That's where it usually goes wrong.
Yep, 100%. Good job taking care of it. Does Empire get that round win? Let's see if they can win another offense. This is great from Subliners so far. You have a 4-life advantage. You've only lost 1 player, and you've got mid just on lock. How long does it take Empire to get out of this?
So far, pretty long.
Well, we're down to 30 seconds. They've gotten towards the objective at least, but Vivid's going to hunt this down. Finds him tucked away. Almost. Oh, he actually only took like a bullet. Now it's all about the time. 26.5 to go. They've got to be on one of these objectives. 1 full clear by Subliners might get it done.
Yeah, I think it might. I mean, they start that push from top green. HyDra in that first kill. Okay, but Vivid and Crim able to find 3. So the last player up is HyDra. He's back to top green. Trying to cut off some reinforcements, but Vivid's going to take a different angle. Try to get on this. You see, this is just a stack. This is a 4 stack. They want to extend this time. Give them as many pushes as possible over towards A.
It goes so fast when you get stacked like that. B, done. 1 objective remains between Empire and a 2-1 lead. As Shotzzy will take down 2. That'll allow him to finesse around top green. Try and buy his teammates time to get there off spawn, but Mack's making sure that doesn't happen. Crim will be sent back. This entire time, Shotzzy has still been alive and lurking.
Well, Vivid's in spawn. Yeah, Vivid's, he's going to find the next kill, and now this is going to start the push. They're going to try and collapse right here, maybe win this game. But Decimate locking down bricks. able to take down 2. So at least he finds 2. This should give them another shot. But Vivid on that flank. You're going to allow Crim to get on the point. And off a spawn, here comes Shotzzy and iLLeY.
Yeah, and you can't stack it, but at least you can stop the clock because you don't have a ton of time to work with. His Vivid's hitting shots at range now with sub out. Almost to the second point of progress. Vivid is taking over 4 in a row. It's going quick. It's going fast. Nobody's close. And I'll tell you what else was fast. That entire control. 3-0 Empire back in front.
Well, it's the play middle of the map. When NYSL has so much map control, who was it? It was Vivid and Crim who found 3. That allowed them to stack that B point, give them that extension. In Vivid, Shotzzy, iLLeY work the middle of the map. Vivid goes to spawn. He wins his one-on-one. They collapse on the entire team. I thought Decimate, I mean, he did a good job. But his teammates all died. They had one more shot at it, and Vivid just with an excellent finish to that game.
Yeah, and I'll have to see how Vivid was able to get in that position. Because remember, it was like Shotzzy last alive, and he was kind of holding top green. He finessed away with his life, and I didn't see if they were a little too focused on him, and it allowed Vivid to get to his spot. But yeah, once he got there, just started to pick them apart. Fantastic stuff from Vivid. And they go up 2-1. Joe, anything on the stats side?
Well, Vivid, he's been a big key for their respawns. That was one of my keys, and he has a great game here, 22-14. It's just for NYSL, they didn't win their defensive rounds. It's just ones you have to take advantage of, but they get outslayed. Now they got to win a hard point.
Empire, they've taken 2 respawns. We've got a respawn up next. The host of this major can move on with a win here as NYSL try to fight on. We'll be back with the hard point after the break. It is time for the hard point, the map 4 between NYSL and Empire. Grim and Empire hit the last lap of the control. They take it 3-0 in a convincing fashion. Some big plays from really everybody throughout the course of that, but a reminder on how this is going to go. It's checkmate, then it'll be Moscow if needed. Joe, NYSL get us there.
I think they can. I mean, this is these hard points have been solid for NYSL. You have a 9-5. I know it's different with Decimate, but they slayed really well in game 1. You can see here with Dallas Empire, the only player positive was Crim. Just felt like there were a couple of key moments, and there typically are when you get outslayed, that Dallas Empire took advantage of some flaws that NYSL showed, and it made it messy. They were able to extend it. They set themselves up, but over to checkmate. And one of the best for both of these teams.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's just maybe a difference between, Decimate and Simp. And they're both good players, but Simp maybe a little bit more objective focused, the way he plays his spots. I'm trying to think of what would lead to that being a thing where, you're really outslaying but not turning it. And that's just probably a victim of having a fill-in.
100%. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, you can see the frustrations on their face after a map. Clay's really showed a lot of emotion. I just know that they know they were one of the best teams in the game. We just saw them in a major final. They wanted to do it on the stage, and they're just trying to do their best.
Yeah, I'm surprised anything even frustrates Clay at this point. He's literally dealt with everything at this point in his career.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen it all, dude. You're going to get through it.
Yeah, he just wants it to end, though. He's like, stop putting me in these situations. I'm done with this.
I'm in Call of Duty purgatory. Like, all right. Map 4 underway, and the opening kills. Well, it is all NYSL, and it continues. 4 will go down. That was fast.
My man's going to have a whole book series about all the stuff he's been through.
Oh, yeah. He's writing a book for sure one day.
NYSL strong start here. You have Clay playing safe all the way towards that back wing. Trying to stay down. Is Vivid with the pistol able to knock down 2. Decimate just trying to contest. Just couldn't get the jump up to the table, and iLLeY's just holding that angle.
Uh-oh. Well, now it looks so good for NYSL after that 4 down, but it's getting a little bit dicier. Mack will get caught. He's trying to get away from the first fight, so it's kind of off to the races. HyDra trying to get into position. 2 of his teammates spawn out. At least 1, and Mack will spawn in behind him. So they're still in an okay spot, but you've got a little bit of forward momentum. If you were Empires, they try to apply the pressure to our second hard point. Here they come.
I mean, that's really, they're just trying to not make this clean. You have a contest out front. Shotzzy goes all the way through. He takes the long route, but they deal with it. It's 3 from HyDra. It's 2 from Decimate. The subs deal with Dallas Empire. They have a 10-point lead, but right off of that, it's 3 dead, and they're going to be right back in your face.
Whoa, no one got forward enough to influence the spawns, though, so 3 will spawn in the back, so they're going to be able to fight this again. Who will come out on top, though? It'll be NYSL. So, that's a second later. Maybe they don't spawn in the back, but they'll get back in and get the final 15 to 20 seconds as they try to fan out and get ready for third. Who's popping off? HyDra at 7-2. Nice start, and nothing that insane outside of that.
By these, take that if you're Empire, right? I mean, only down 30 after losing that rotation. Now they got to bounce back into this one, but as you said, HyDra really getting going. Got a couple of maps where he's taken over. Just haven't seen it that often in Hardpoint. We'll see if maybe this is the one he's going to do it.
It'd be a good time to do it, but it'll be off spawn because all 4 just got wiped off the map. They'll spawn bottom left now. His heads start to turn for Empire. They've picked it up. Crib and Vivid. I feel like it's like the 3rd time 2 have dropped, and then Decimate just gets a double.
Yeah, every single time we talk about a setup, then it's 4 dead, then it's 4 dead.
Yeah.
Nobody can really hold on to anything right now.
Oh, well, we heard the comms from Empire. We know this is a loser's match. It's do or die time. NYSL, they were faced with a tough circumstance coming to this. The team not here. Decimate filling in. Their last series, they get it done through 2-3-5, but here they have to win a hard point to get it to a map 5. Let's go to an Astro Lycidum with NYSL.
One shot, pivot our side. One shot, pivot our side.
One shot here. One shot here. Two.
Alright, guys.
I'm wrapping right.
Up our door. He's in our door.
I hear. Reese is weak. Got him twice. Got me. Hit front.
He's 2 dead. I'm sliding on top. That's long, guys. Last 2 their side. Last 2 our side. Reese, go in their side weak. Into their side weak. You gotta wait for me. Inner's there too. I'm looking over you, Paco. I got naded.
You won't by me.
He's top getting on hill, Paco.
Playing on him.
You went underneath. Drop low. Dead. Nothing mid-street. Top lane, weak, twice.
Shotzzy top lane.
I don't see him on time. I'm holding back stairs.
Yeah, watch out. Lay down.
I got one. Another one on me. Grim dead. One's
Wait,
top lane. I'm going as fast as I can, bro.
I'll go. They still
no, it's time.
Get away.
I'm gonna play through mid-street.
Just pick together.
I'll push up. I got time.
Go back dark.
He's dark. Yeah, I do a nade over the dark wall. I'm
dark.
gonna hop up great crate.
No, watch out.
Let her down.
I have the great crate. One in the back, red crate, one dark.
Back dark.
Dark on me.
Backwood.
Weak in here. One shot, Shotzzy.
Alright guys, we're doing too much solo shit. Come on. Oh, right here, Clay. Long.
Ender
dead, long.
One top lane. Shotzzy.
Let's double this guy.
Top mid plane. Shotzzy dead.
Quarter in the back stairs or back pillar, one shot. Let's push to the right. Alright, let's go.
We're good. We're just gonna have to hold. We can chain at 120 off this P1 and P2.
Nothing wrapped backwood. Shotzzy on hill weak. Backwood right now. Backwood, Shotzzy on hill super weak. Another one under B wing. He's under B wing. David under B wing. Maybe jumping up, jumped up. You heard him.
Dead. Good call. I'm one shot, Kenny.
I'm looking at the right now. He's under B wing, under B wing. I have under A wing, I have under A wing.
They're exit, one shot, Crim.
No, time. So make sure you block.
Under
Okay.
B5 box. Crim's under left. One under left somewhere.
I'm getting A wing. I'm getting stay here, JT.
Crim's low. I'm going for him.
Could be low A wing. B wing, under B wing.
One shot,
I had to give it up.
He's jumping up top B.
I heard you.
Crim.
There were a couple things I liked during the course of that. Clay, when he just said we're doing too much solo play, just trying to reel the guys back in, play together. And then I think it was Mack was like, all right, let's get set up. We can chain a 120. I was like, oh, that is ambitious. All right, get all 120 points. Do it.
Yeah, it's Mack or Decimate, but yeah, they're like, I mean, it's just one of those things. Don't worry about it. They're going to take the lead, and they did. It was a really nice hold by Dallas Empire at P5. You had the early lead, so NYSL, another lead change coming in, and, well, they're doing it. They got the first 30 seconds. Okay.
Well, HyDra's spree is unfortunately cut down by a nice nade from Vivid. Vivid will get 3, but that was full streaks for HyDra as he is having a monster map. The French sensation trying to leave his mark here in the States.
Well, Dallas, though, they recognize they have spawns. Only 10 seconds left. Let's try to slow things down. But Shotzzy's just like, dude, all right, they're not going to have a first push. I'm going to deal with it right now.
Yeah, triple for Vivid, triple for Shotzzy. Like one of the subs just with the hero play inside of the plane, resets NYSL. Whoa, I thought he was going to stagger it again, but Decimate able to get the kill. And that's, I mean, it's big in the sense they can make this push together a little bit quicker. HyDra wants to find an opener now with the Cruise. Crimsix is the target. Crimsix is gone, but Vivid with 2 during that sequence will keep the numbers with Empire.
Yeah, as soon as they are on that push, Vivid just finds the 2 kills, and that just means that HyDra, who's in the missile, he's going to be a little bit staggered into the 3v2. You still had the close spawn for Dallas. They take a 25-point lead. Still another push, though. HyDra, Decimate through the back. You see the spawn come in from Clay. A nice job through that break, because those 20 seconds, you'd be up around, what, 50, 60 points, all the pressure on NYSL, but this keeps this game very tight.
Yeah, I mean, there are times where 20 seconds maybe not be a big deal. Maybe just go ahead and rotate off of it, but yeah, it's like a tie game or a 50-point lead type scenario. They'll take the time. 24-10 for HyDra. He wants more streaks. Let's wrap these things. Another one for HyDra as Shotzzy gets put down. He is having a map. Give me more. I'm hungry. I'm a hungry Frenchman.
It's always tough when you're playing like this, though, and then you look at the scoreboard and you're losing. You're just like,
I'm sure, yeah.
Like what else do I got to do? But I'm gonna keep going. I'm on fire. I'm challenging gunfights. As since the first half of the second half of that first rotation, Vivid and Shotzzy really woken on up. Kept Dallas Empire now with this lead, but yeah, I's just trying to do what he can.
He still has the artillery, and this upcoming sequence is big. With 4 and 5, can NYSL make the plays, or can Empire put this series away? Mack, who has been sensational for NYSL, just stepped onto an 8.
Well, that was a lot of time earned there by Dallas, and now they got set up for P4. You see the map position that they have, where they're spawning. NYSL, Vivid, having another great series. He started off the first half of the Toronto series fine. I mean, they were all playing really well, but throughout this one, in that OpTic series, he's just been such a big key for them with his aggression. Now you have iLLeY on a spree. The artillery's used, and behind it, they don't get anything as iLLeY snaps on a Decimate, and now a chance for streaks for Dallas.
Both streaks lead to absolutely nothing. There's the artillery. It's Empire's turn, 20 points away from a series victory. There's a cruise missile. iLLeY taking over here down the stretch. They want to close it out. Go for the neck. They can win it on this point. iLLeY gets 1. They're still inside. They can't quite win it, though. One player dropped inside of the hard points. They can't close it out here, but they've got rotation to next. And more than likely, it is an Empire victory, and it is. Empire take it. 3-1, they move on. They rebound from a painful loss last evening. And Vivid, in this form, what he is doing to help this squad, don't count him out.
No, 100%. I think that's the biggest thing to note for me for Dallas, what we've seen. Obviously, Shotzzy has been playing exceptionally well. But I think besides it, Vivid and iLLeY have stepped their game up. Been playing a lot more consistently, and that's why you're seeing probably the best Dallas has looked in a couple of stages. Even if you look at their stage 1 with Huke, they took some monumental efforts out of Huke at times. It never felt like the full team was online. Now it's starting to feel that way.
Think about it. When we show that graphic that shows like, you know, stage 4 versus the rest of the season, when somebody has like a 0.1 to 0.15 bump, you're like, wow, they're really improving. After 3 series, he had the lowest KD in the league. We're talking about Vivid. It was something around like a 0.5 to a 0.6. He came in and got bodied. Now this weekend, in the respawns especially, I don't know, like a 1 to a 1-1, like somewhere in that ballpark, like that difference is staggering.
100%. And then for NYSL, it's obviously, we touched on it. Tough situation to deal with. And yeah, I mean, would love to see us team here. I know they want to. They win a match though. What, they get a top 6? They're gonna get some CDL points. They're still top 3 around in that area. Yeah. Just gotta focus on the next one.
There is absolutely nothing to take away from the NYSL side. Like no. They had an impossible situation. I don't know who dropped the ball with the organization to allow that to happen. That's a whole other conversation, which pisses me off. But the fact is, they were put in that spot. They did what they could. It's tough, but there's still a lot of Call of Duty left to play this year, and it's a team that can maybe make a championship run when it's all said and done at the end of the year. But I can understand Clay and the guys being frustrated. Empire, though, you move on, you stay alive, you start off with that impressive win over OpTic, you lose to Ultra, you get the dub here, and they keep it going.
Felt that way. You know, they get it to, what, do they have another match tonight? They do, right? Or do they play tomorrow? No, they play tomorrow. They'll play the winner of. Yeah, they'll play the winner of the next match. Okay.
We've changed the breakdown of Saturday and Sunday like twice, so I always forget like how it goes sometimes. But
I'll be honest, I just didn't know where we were at. We're at third match, right? So yeah, they'll play the winner of the next one.
We got that in common. But what a match it was. We're going to take a look at the scuff play of the game. It's when Empire really starts to pull away. And I mean, Vivid was huge. Not to count out anybody else in the team, but there were so many multi-kills. And that's something we've really gassed Mack about, as he's been leading the way in that regard. But Vivid, so many times over the course of that, was finding the kills 2, 3 at a time. Huge impact plays for his team.
Yeah, it's always just tough, like, because it's impressive for Dallas Empire because it's difficult to find a lot of time on this hill. I mean, when we jumped to the start of this play of the game, they were at around 160. The slaying really stepped on up. They start to earn a good amount of time. They push it to like 195 before we get to our next hill. And that puts NYSL kind of into the blender, where then iLLeY is just up top playing. He goes on an 8 spree, puts the game away with the streaks.
And we're going to look at the bracket here in a second, but I want to ask you, like, Vivid's playing better. He's shooting better. I mean, we saw him struggling just when we were watching the league, but what is changing for iLLeY? Is it a play style thing? Is the shot on point? Like, what's going on? Because it's huge for them.
I mean, I really couldn't tell you. I don't think he's playing any differently because I think he's still going on some streaks. Like, he's a very streaky player.
Maybe? Like,
but yeah, I mean, maybe it's just his confidence on the stage. He's playing with it. I mean, we've touched on him and Crim and the gunfights that they take. Not stopping.
No, they are not. And they're going to play the winner of Røkkr versus OpTic, which we have coming up next. But we're starting to wind down. You know, we start with 12. We're getting down to the crunch time, the money time. Where the CDL points are so big. Speaking of money, let's take a look at the prize structure for this event. For the majors, for each of them, $500,000. $500,000 on the line as everyone tries to get that first place purse of $200,000.
Yeah, NYSL obviously, top 6. They get that win over Florida. Seattle and Florida finish 7th, 8th. Yeah, we're getting to that point. Now Minnesota Røkkr playing for top 4. And then last match of the night, hopefully it's going to be a banger. FaZe taking on Ultra.
Yeah, no, we've been looking forward to that. They've obviously had this kind of back and forth that developed during stage 2. Ultra get the first laugh when you think about that major. FaZe then come back and win this one. It's looking like one of those two teams more than likely is going to take this entire event. So, yeah, I'm hoping that's going to be a thrilling affair. It should be. It better be. I swear to God, if it's one I get hyped for and it's just some 3-0, I will be sad.
Sometimes that happens, though, when you expect
it. It happens all the time. the one you just can't wait for. So this is how it's gone down today. We've got 5 matches. It's a fully loaded day. NYSL, they win that first match, but end up dropping here as you saw. OpTic continue to move on, and they're going to face off against Røkkr. And well, Joe, OpTic have some history with Røkkr. Good for them. The person that created that history isn't in the lineup.
That's true. Yeah, the Game 5 Moscow search and destroy that we saw it a couple of majors ago. But for Minnesota Røkkr, they've been waiting, right? They get taken down by Atlanta FaZe. They win their winners round 1. But they know they're going to have to deal with the momentum that OpTic has now after that map 5 win.
Well, can't wait. Yeah, it feels like OpTic and Røkkr, maybe both those teams are at the best points they've been this year or getting towards it. So really looking forward to that one. But Shotzzy, who was terrific throughout the course of that to help Empire get the victory in the match. We've got him on stage. He's ready with Jess.
Thank you so much, Maven. That's right. We are here with your Game Fuel Victory Spotlight with Shotzzy. Beautiful match. I mean, super clean control, little shaky on the S&D, but overall, what's your takeaway from that match?
Yeah, that was a really good match. I mean, obviously they didn't have their full team, but other than that, I feel like we played pretty good. I played really average myself, but the team came out hot, and we secured the W.
Your team certainly did come out hot. I think you're being a little modest, but we also noticed that Vivid really stepped up. Overall, like, how happy are you with the way Vivid's playing and just the way the entire team is playing?
Yeah, no, Reese is one of those players that kind of suits well with our team, actually. Like, I'm kind of that annoying player around the map. He's kind of that, just aggression player, and we kind of just work well together. And, ever since we brought him on the team, he's been looking really good, so I'm proud of him.
Well, then, looking ahead to Champs, how confident are you that this squad can take it all the way and maybe kind of defend your title at another Champs win?
Yeah, no, we look really good. Especially at this LAN, we look really good. Our teamwork is on point, so if we keep this up, I definitely think we could be a top contender at LAN, or at Champs.
That's true. You certainly do look really good. Well, thank you so much. Maven, back on over to you.
Thank you, Jess and Shotzzy, the hometown heroes, the hosts of Major 4, get the win. They move on, but coming up next, it is a battle. Røkkr, OpTic, do not go anywhere.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Game Fuel. Pre-order the new Courageous Sherbet flavor now on GameFuel.com while supplies last. Tournament audio and team listen-ins are powered by Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the Call of Duty League.
Well, New York Subliners bow out 5th, 6th place in an incredible effort given the circumstances, but ultimately the run had to end, and it ends with Empire. You can see right there, Elimination round 4 is where it all went down, and Elimination round 5, Empire is waiting in the wings for the winner of our next game, Røkkr versus OpTic. Now, gents, I gotta say, I was really impressed with Empire right then. Vivid and iLLeY looking so damn dominant, and players that I honestly thought really needed to step up, and step up they really did. They brought a huge amount of value to the team, and I do feel like the team right now for Empire is looking far more cohesive than they were online coming into this LAN. I want to know about, you know, this fully firing roster. What do you think? What did you make of that series overall, Stud?
I thought that series was great from actually both teams. Like Dallas Empire, they're the complete roster. They have looked a lot better ever since they entered the LAN stadium, and now they dominated those respawns. Like, they were in control the entire time, and obviously with New York having a sub, it's going to be really difficult to just make sure your team pushes and everything is all there. So that's why they were yet to win a hardpoint throughout this entire major. You could just tell that that Asim piece is a really important piece to this team. Like Clayster said, just like a puzzle, man, and they worked it around together, and unfortunately they're missing a huge puzzle piece in their gameplay, but still a good showing from them, man. At least winning that last series that they won in the fashion that they did versus Florida, you got to tip the hat to the guys, man, because when you have a feeling, it's really difficult to at least get one series underneath your
Good series now, you know. Online, Crim wasn't playing that great. Here he stepped it up, as well as Vivid. The whole team is just firing right now, and even with Shotzzy not having one of those MVP-like series, they're still able to get the win. And then even in that search and destroy now, they got smoked there, but I feel like Empire's a team that relies heavily on their VOD review, as we saw versus Toronto. They had fantastic search and destroy gameplay, and then going up against a team with a brand new player in it, it's hard to sort of predict or have any VOD review on that type of team, right? So Empire looks really strong going forward. I'm excited to see if they can end up getting a rematch against Toronto Ultra.
And by with Saint, let's have a look at what they've got to say ahead of their series coming up next.
Thank you so much, Lottie. And before we look ahead to this next series, I want to dip back just a little bit and talk about what happened versus FaZe. I mean, that was a really tough loss. As a coach, what was your reaction to that?
That was the most disappointed I've ever been watching our team play. We played so scared against them. It was unbelievable. Stuff like that's completely unacceptable, and we put them at a pedestal higher than any other team, and it really showed. If we play like that, even versus the bottom teams in the league, we're not going to win. So we just got to come out with confidence like we did against New York.
Well, you know, that is in the past. We're going to go ahead and look ahead to this match versus OpTic. You know, as we were talking about just a little bit ago, this is a little bit of a rematch for you. You faced off about 3 weeks ago earlier. It did not go in your favor, but what has the team learned, and what are they planning to adjust since last time?
Yeah, we had a rough roundabout in our first match against them during the beginning of the stage, but that was our first match with Mike. I think since then we've progressed a lot. And our last match versus OpTic got a major, everyone knows, was an exciting one to say the least. So hopefully we can do what we did last time.
Well, I'm definitely excited to watch that. Thank you so much. Best of luck, Lottie. Go ahead and take it away. Thank you so much.
Wonderful stuff from Saint there, the coach of Røkkr. But I want to remind you guys that tomorrow we'll be announcing the next player of the stage, powered by Astro Gaming. So make sure to tune in to our post show after the match to see who will win that. Well, that's going to do it from the desk right now, folks. A banger is coming your way. It's now or never. One of these teams goes home tonight. They have one series to keep their tournament run alive. Who's coming out of this on top? Røkkr versus OpTic. Coming to you after the break.